Hello friends, welcome back to 10th standard mathematics. Another new very important chapter, that is chapter number 1, real numbers. Friends, we have already completed chapter number 2, that is polynomials. Chapter number 3, that is linear equation in two variables. Chapter number 8, that is trigonometry. Chapter number 15, that is probability. Now we are going to start a very new chapter, that is real number. The weightage of this chapter is 4 to 5 marks in your board examination. Only 7 concepts are there in this chapter. So let me first start all 6 concepts of chapter number 1, that is real number. You already know about natural number. It is denoted by capital N. 1, 2, 3, 4, dot, dot, dot. They are known as what? Natural number. Friends, you also know what is whole number. When you add 0 in a natural number, that becomes whole number. So the whole number W is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. Similarly, you have studied about integers in 8th standard. Integers, here also you can say 3 parts. 0 integer means 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are known as positive integer. While minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, they are all known as what? Negative integer. We have also discussed rational number in 9th standard. The number which are in the form of P by Q is known as rational number. If you consider a decimal number, then a terminating decimal number, then also it is a rational number. If a decimal number is there, not terminating but recurring, then also it is a rational number. And the number which are not rational number, they are known as irrational number. So when you add rational and irrational number, this become what? Real number. So in this 10th standard chapter number 1, we are going to start about real numbers. That is, when rational number and irrational number combined together, it become real numbers. So rational number union irrational number is equal to real number. Well, the first very important concept of this chapter is Euclid's division lemma. Euclid's division lemma. We have to use this lemma in many examples. Given two positive integers, suppose they are A and B. So there exists another unique number, they are Q and R, such that A is equal to BQ plus R. Again, for two positive even number A and B, we get another two integer Q and R such that A is equal to BQ plus R, where R is equal to 0 less than equal to R less than B. Suppose B is equal to 4, then the value of R is 0, 1, 2 and 3. Here 0 less than equal to R less than B. Where you know A is known as dividend, B is known as divisor, Q is known as quotient and R is known as remainder. You have studied this thing in 2nd chapter also. That is known as division algorithm. A is equal to BQ plus R, means dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So A is equal to BQ plus R, where the value of R is 0 less than equal to R less than B. So this is your first concept, and this concept is known as Euclid's division lemma. Well, now the second concept, the first concept, that is Euclid's division lemma. Now second concept of this chapter, let P be a prime number. You know what is prime number? All the number they are divided into two parts, prime number and composite number. 0 and 1 they are special number. They are neither prime nor composite. So 2, it has only two factor 2 and 1. 3 has only two factor 3 and 1. 4 has 2 2s are 4. 1, 2 and 4. 3 factors are there. So 4 is not a prime number. A number which has only two factor 1 and the number itself, then it is known as prime number. So the numbers which are not prime and they are known as composite numbers. So let P be a prime number if P divides S square. P divides S square. Means if P is a factor of S square, then P also divides A, means P is also a factor of A, where A is a positive integer. Again, where if P is a prime number, if P divides A square, then P also divides A, where A is a positive integer. Now, let me start concept number 3. Square root of any prime number. You know what is prime number? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. A number which has only two factor 1 and the number itself, then it is known as what? Prime number. So, square root of any prime number is an irrational number. For example, under root 2, under root 3, under root 5, etc. So, one very important rule, that is square root of prime number is always irrational number, and we will prove this in many examples in this chapter. Well, now concept number 4. We have already studied this concept number 4 and 5 in chapter number 2 of standard 9. The sum or the difference of a rational number and an irrational number is an irrational number. Let me give an example. You know 5 plus root 3. Here 5 is a rational number. Root 3 is irrational number. So the sum of rational plus irrational is always a irrational number. So 5 plus root 3 is a irrational number. Similarly, here 3 is a rational number. Under root 3 is a irrational number. So the difference between rational and irrational number is also an irrational number. So this is your concept number 4. The sum and difference of a rational number and a irrational number is a irrational number. Similarly, concept number 5. 4 is about sum and difference. 5th is about product and quotient. The product and quotient of a non-zero rational number and an irrational number is also an irrational number. Let me explain with the help of example. You know 3 multiplied by root 7. 3 is a rational number. Under root 7 is a irrational number. So the product of rational and irrational is also an irrational number. Here 3 is a rational number. Under root 7 is an irrational number. So the quotient of rational and irrational number is also an irrational number. This is your concept number 5 of this chapter. Well, the concept number 6, that is the last exercise of this chapter number 1. That is exercise number 1.4. For any two positive integers a and b, HCF of a and b into LCM of a into b is equal to ab. You know, HCF means highest common factor. So two numbers are given to you. You have to find out factor, then you have to find common factor, and the highest common factor is known as HCF of two number a and b. in exercise number 1.1 and 1.2, we will solve many examples how to find out HCF and LCM of two number. Similarly, LCM means list common multiple. First of all, you have to find out multiple, then you have to find out common multiple, and the lowest, smallest list common multiple of these two number A and B is known as LCM of AB. If you multiply HCF and LCM, this equal to A into B, where A and B are two positive numbers. So two positive numbers are given to you, A and B are given to you. You factorize them, find out SCF, find out LCM, multiply SCF and LCM, multiply A and B, you can easily verify that SCF into LCM is equal to A into B. So very important formula to solve many examples. HCF into LCM is equal to A into B. You know, in some examples A and B are given to you, SCF is also given to you. Then you have to find out LCM. So how to find out LCM? You can convert this formula into LCM. LCM of A and B is equal to A into B upon HCF. Similarly, HCF of two number A, B is equal to A into B upon LCM. Sometimes HCF is given to you, LCM is given to you. One number is given to you, the another number is not given to you. So here you can write one number A is equal to HCF of AB into LCM of AB upon B. So from this formula, you can easily find out SCF of a number, similarly LCM of a number. Very important concept of this chapter. In exercise number 1.1 and 1.2, we will solve many examples on the basis of HCF and LCM of two numbers, as well as how to find out HCF and LCM of even three numbers. Suppose three numbers are given to you, A, B and C. Then how to find out HCF and how to find out LCM? Well, now the last concept, seventh concept of this chapter is the decimal expansion of a rational number. Rational number means a number which is in the form of P by Q. So when you divide P by Q, sometimes you get terminating number, decimal expansion. If a decimal expansion of a rational number P by Q, where P and Q are co-primes, is terminating. For example, 4.5, that is known as terminating because it terminates at 4.5. Terminate at 5. Terminating if and only if Q is in the form of 2 raised to m and 5 raised to n. So, first of all, you have to check whether P and Q are co-primes or not. There should not be any common thing in the P and Q. Then they are known as what? Co-primes. If now analyze the denominator, that is Q. If Q is in the form of 2 raised to m and 5 raised to n, where m and n are non-negative integers. If Q is in the form of 2 and 5, means denominator is in the form of 10, means 2 and 5. Then it is known as terminating decimal expansion. If the denominator contains a number other than 2 and 5, means if you get 7 in the denominator, 3 in the denominator, then you can easily say that the decimal expansion of a rational number is non-terminating decimal expansion. So, here you have to check two things. First one, P and Q are co-prime. Second one, analyze Q or factorize Q. The factors of Q, either they are in the form of 2 and 5, then it is decimal expansion is a terminating decimal expansion. If the denominator means Q is not in the form of 2 and 5, then it is not in the terminating decimal expansion. Well, friends, so here we have solved all 7 main concepts of this chapter. If you recall these 7 concepts positively, then you can easily solve any example of this chapter exercise number 1. Here only 4 exercises are there. 1.1 to 1.4. 1.1 and 1.2 is on the basis of the Euclid division algorithms. Third is in the form of HCF and LCM. And the 4th exercise is on the base of this concept number 7. So let me revise this concept. First concept, and that is known as what? Euclid's division lemma. A is equal to BQ plus R. The important condition is 0 less than equal to R less than B. A is known as dividend, B is divisor, Q is quotient, and R is remainder. Similarly, P is a prime number. If P is a factor of A square, then P is also a factor of A. The square root of any prime number is a rational number. In the concept number 4 and 5, sum, difference, product and quotient of rational number as well as irrational number, they are always irrational number. You can identify all these things with the help of this example. Addition of rational and irrational, difference of rational and irrational, quotient of rational and irrational, multiplication of rational and irrational, they are always irrational number. Similarly, concept number 6, that is about HCF and LCM. The important formula is HCF of AB into LCM of AB is equal to A into B. The 7th concept is if P and Q are co-prime number, if you divide P, factorize P and factorize Q, analyze Q, if Q is in the form of 2 raised to m and 5 raised to n, then the expansion of this rational number is terminating decimal expansion. Otherwise, it is non-terminating decimal expansion. Thank you, friends. In next period, in next class, we will solve exercise number 1.1 of chapter number 1, real number. Thank you, friends. Thank you.